Hello, investors. Welcome to the channel where I use technical analysis to find possible swing trades. Before I get started, I'd like to make it clear I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes. The technical indicators I use here are not accurate 100% of the time. Company fundamentals and macroeconomic factors can drive share price changes differently than what we'd expect based on technical indicators. My goal here is to bring these companies to your attention so you can decide for yourself whether or not they're good investments for you. So please, if you plan on investing, do your own due diligence before purchasing shares in any company or consult with a financial advisor. With that out of the way, today we're taking a look at a possible swing, a purchase swing in Pfizer Inc., ticker symbol PFE. This is a well-known pharmaceutical company. A market cap of 205 billion. It's known very well all around the world as one of the companies that developed a vaccine for the COVID-19 virus. And here we are on the annual chart. You'll see Pfizer is in a downtrend, and this is primarily attributed to the fact that all the money they were getting from the COVID vaccines have dried up, and now the company is expected to earn less. We scroll down here, look at the RSI. It is not quite in the oversold zone, but it is getting there. The stochastics are both in the oversold zone and have started to turn. The volume chart shows about average, perhaps a little bit above average selling volume lately. But the fact is that there have been 7 of the last trading days, 7 out of 7 of the last trading days are all red days. Will absolutely drive the share price down. And the MACD is definitely falling. It's well below zero, and it does not appear to have formed a trough yet. Now, if we turn back here for a moment to the annual chart, you'll see that there is a gap here, right, from about $38.33, right, gap down a few days ago, down to 37.07 or thereabouts. And you'll notice also that the share price seems to really be sticking to the the simple moving averages. It does seem to like them. So at the moment, we have dropped well below the 20 and 50-day simple moving average. So if it follows the same pattern that it's followed over the last year, we can expect it to pull back to the moving averages, which would give us 8 to 10% gain. And as I like to do, you can take a look at the company fundamentals. You'll see there's very low short interest on Pfizer. The debt to equity ratio is average for the industry, and none of these numbers looks concerning. The PE ratio is fairly low, at least from a glance here, at 7.18, and it indicates that it is lower than 63% of other companies in the pharmaceuticals industry, so definitely below average. The gross margin, 68%, that's a pretty solid gross margin for profits, but that is average for pharmaceuticals, apparently. Now, the operating margin is a different matter. Pfizer is apparently better than 98% of its peers, which is outstanding. And if we scroll down to return on equity, that is also outstanding, beating out 96% of its peers. And the growth rate here is average. And for those who like a dividend, this pays a very solid 4.5% dividend. And the payout ratio is only 23%. So that dividend is highly sustainable. Now, I will say for those who decide to buy into Pfizer, keep in mind that, as we know, it's not necessarily what the company is producing now that guides its future, but what the company has coming out in the pipeline in the future, what drugs they have at stage 3, stage 4 of testing and are getting ready to be released. And I would advise you to look into that if you plan on buying Pfizer and holding it long term. I'll also point out, if we back out here to the 5-year chart, you'll see that current share price of Pfizer is below where it was before COVID. Here's the big drop for COVID. And here's the share price before all the panic selling. So it is a couple points below where it was. So even if it is getting back to normal after the flood of cash from COVID, that's where we are now. We're actually a little below that. So from this point, it seems reasonable that the company can simply progress based on what it is selling and what it plans to sell. So if you got something out of the video, I would really appreciate it if you'd hit the like button and subscribe to help out the channel. If you like these brief overviews of companies that might be good swing trades, please leave a comment for the YouTube algorithm. If you'd prefer to tell me how wrong I am, you can leave those comments below as well. Also, if you would like me to take a look at a particular company using the indicators I present here, just mention that in the comments and I'll get to it as soon as I can. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and good luck with all your investments.